I see a text. She want the python, she want the sex, so it's going down, going down. I need you to wine for me. I like the way you wind it up, wine for me. I like the way you wind it up, wine for me. I can feel it in my body, and I'm looking for a body that can calm me down, cool me down. I need you to wine for me. I need your loving tonight. You look real good, so I know how it can feel when you hold me down, hold me down. The way you love it, I can tell how you feel when you hold me down, hold me down. I need you to wine for me, baby. I like the way you wind it up, wine for me. I like the way you wind it up, baby. Wine for me. I can feel it in my body, and I'm looking for my body. Calm me down, hold me down.
Emotions.
Okay.
They just thoughts in your head. You can control them. Matter of fact, they ain't really real.
Love don't know the feeling of waiting to be loved, and pain don't wait on healing. This pain keeps hurting love, and time don't heal all wounds when the wounds don't show their scars. Tell these walls, unbreak my heart. See, right keeps fighting wrong. For the most part, wrong's too strong. And when all logic gets gone, they can argue the whole day long. And then pride got upset and it got me. And when man couldn't do it when it got sad, you got it all. You need to let it all go.
I call this the slow mix.
Control.
Okay.
Something you will never have. So why not live life, love, learn, and laugh? Just smile, 'cause you can say it's all bad. I need you to know you are not in control. You should let it all go. Let it all go.
You done brought the whole world into your life. Wake up every day and go online. You don't care if you're wrong or right. Cause you a little kid, wanna tell your side. Wanna show a little cash in your hair pad, right? Wanna shake a little ass cause your ass look right. Brag on the back cause you really did press. But you'll never ever change their mind. You the type to chase the rumor down, putting that bitch in the head like you spin a story. You the type of nigga to sit around on the couch all day with a bitch and watch for. You the type of chick to show your pussy pretty dick bad when a nigga hit your inbox. We the type of folks that'll brag on what we bought cause we can't control our thoughts.
Controlling something you ain't never had. So why not live life, love, learn, and laugh? Just smile, 'cause you can say it's all bad. I need you to know you are not in control. You should let it all go. Let it all go. Love don't know the feeling of waiting to be loved.
Kicking it with Jen. We appreciate you, sister.
Thank you, thank you.
I call that the slow version.
Let's go.
That's when I first made the song. When I was just in here fucking off and I made it and freestyled it. I hadn't added nothing to the beat, really.
Like
How y'all doing this morning? Mukbang, fruit mukbang. We still on it. Man.
I'm feeling groovy, baby.
Let's go check out the first 5 at 5.
Who kicking in the door? Who kicking in the door?
Uh-oh, we got another boy in the house.
Thank you, Rodney. Hot Rod.
Hot Rod. Listen here, y'all. You should be feeling good today. If you've been on your fruit sit Hey, you gonna stop chewing in the mic and you gonna back up a little bit?
Yeah.
If you've been on your fruit shit halfway, you should be feeling a little bit better. I messed up this weekend. I ate me a couple of packs of oodles and noodles, man. I just broke down. God damn, I needed something hot. I really didn't need it. I just wanted it. I just wanted to treat myself. I ate me a couple of packs of noodles. Chris, she was strong, so I know she's feeling a little bit better than me. But either way, I'm still in the goddamn game.
I want that strong. I had a scoop of peanut butter.
Oh, you ain't tell me that. And you was fussing when I was eating them noodles. You ain't even tell me that.
I didn't have peanut butter then.
When you had your peanut butter?
Last night while I was doing my schoolwork.
Oh, I was knocked out by then.
Yeah.
Kicking it with Jen said, yep, already down 9 pounds. PA said something amazing. He said, I woke up this morning and realized I'm skinny. I've never been skinny in my life.
Wow.
See what I mean? Let's keep going, y'all. Let's keep going. Let's keep going. Kanae Monique said, lost 30 pounds when I let go meat and added fruit. Hey, let's do it, y'all. We gonna keep going. We gonna keep going. That's part of the lesson day. Imagine not even thinking about it. Naturally, the numbers are going to be a little bit lower because I'm in Facebook jail.
He locked up.
So if you were watching on Facebook, well, you're not watching. I'm about to say, come on over to YouTube, or maybe you're watching on YouTube where you can sign in or whatever. Either way, let's go check out the first 5 at 5. August last year, I was 215. Today, 170. And then if you really want to get in there, go ahead and get you some of this Country Boy Detox, and we'll do us a half price sale just for the class if you want to really, really, really get in there. Number one, who's kicking in the dough? Blue Dot Nation, the best show on the internet. We got Crazy T. My wife called him TT. Number 2, we got the lovely and beautiful Miss Sophia Moore. She says, happy Monday, family.
Sophia.
Number 3, we got the sweetness with the fro, Joe. Kanae Monique, I call her Kanique. She says, salute, fam. Number 4, Rodney Harrison says, good morning. Number 5, you already know, we got the sister, the beautiful Razzle Dazzle in this motherfucker. And number 6 is you only get one love. Only one love says happy Sunday, fam. She's just on the wrong fucking day. Well, no, it can be Sunday.
Yeah.
Sunday. Ain't today Monday though?
Yeah, today is.
But we're gonna call it Sunday because it's her. Sunday. I call this shit my day. I don't call it Monday no more. I call it my day. Listen, man, we're gonna go in here before we talk about it and check out our Cash Appers of the week. We got our Cash Appers. Those are the ones that gave a Cash App. It's just that simple. As you can see, Kicking with Jen, Crook, Rodney, they give on here. It don't matter how we get it. Sometimes I like to get it on here because the people they give on here, that's that once a month boy. You be like, YouTube be like, hey, here's your Kicking It with Jen, Rodney, Crook money. I'll be like, oh yeah, I forgot all about that shit. Yeah. So we appreciate how y'all do that. Our Cash Appers and our PayPalers, y'all give us instant access to the funds. We got Jeremiah Brown 2 times. Let's hit him with a 2 times. We got Catherine Pippins 2 times. Let's hit her with a 2 times. We got Mella Miracles, Buddha Baby, my man Gabriel Brown, Elijah Duran, Kevin, Marshawn Parks, and Sophia Moore. That is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We had 9. The divine number 9. We had 9 Cash Appers this week. We always say it ain't about equal gifts, it's equal sacrifice. So when you can give, you give, and give what you can when you can. Today we're going to talk about imagine not thinking about it. A lot of times we can't imagine not thinking about some shit that we really want. If you really want it, it's like, I want this. And it's like you think about it every day. And when you think about it every day, you kind of delay it because you're not always in the vibration to receive. We're going to talk about that, the receptive mode. Imagine not thinking about it. There are some things that harder for you to think good about. I can imagine for a female that wants a serious relationship. I can imagine every day you wake up by yourself, or every man, even in a man, if you really want a serious relationship, I can imagine every day you wake up, you think about it. I can imagine every time you meet a man or a woman at the grocery store and you exchange numbers, or on a social media site, whatever, you say, I wonder, is this the one? And when you start imagining that, that's how we fuck things up. Because there's no way we can know. We're never right.
Yeah.
So we're going to talk about today, imagine not thinking about the thing that you want. Imagine how hard that is. I want something and I'm going to try not to think about it because I'm not in the right vibration. You can't attract something when you're walking around thinking about how lonely you are. You're only going to attract more loneliness. You know what I mean? You cannot attract a mate walking around thinking about how lonely you are. It's just a different disposition. The person that's happy and not worried about being lonely, that's walking around smiling, that's when a person look up and say, hey, you know what? You just seem like a happy person. You just seem like a great person.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So we're going to get into that. But before we get into that, we're going to have Chris do the, what time is it? The recap, baby.
Yes, y'all. Yeah. I'm excited about this imagination series. And I know, Master Teacher, you're going to take us through the vibrational part of it when you say of why you can't do it, right? When you're thinking and you think, okay, great. So last week, okay, we started the imagination series, and Master Teacher taught us about the spirit of the crowd, how that contagion theory. He said, imagine thinking for yourself. Like, imagine that, because a lot of things that we're walking around thinking that is out, that this is what we want, they're actually what others want. Imagine being all right. You know, if something's going on in your life, imagine the situation being resolved. Imagine you being victorious, or imagine no matter where it is that you are okay, you are all right with wherever it settles. Imagine kicking your own ass, going crazy for that thing that you want, losing your mind over it. We talked about that there was a difference between the mind and the brain, and we are constantly seeing every week the power of these words and how they don't they have tricked us not to use what we've came here purposely capable with, which is uh creating our own life. We can manifest what we want, and we can imagine what we want even if we never have it, if we're willing to go crazy and kick our own ass to create it. And what else? Oh, I thought about during I did a 60-mile breast cancer walk. I've talked about it before. When we first decided to do it, I had to imagine myself walking a mile, a half a mile, and I didn't. So I said yes before I imagined myself finishing. And when Master Teacher took me out to the trail to walk, I couldn't even walk a quarter of a mile without crying. I was itching, I was gagging. The first thing he had to teach me is to imagine myself finishing, to forget that I was itching and feeling uncomfortable, because that feeling was going to pass. I had already known that from previous times of exercising, and the way I know that I just don't like itching. And the crazy part about that, it took me all these years to imagine that, because I'm sitting here, I'm this tall. I got these legs that are these thighs that's ready to jump up and explode and hit volleyballs or run track and all these type of things. But because I never like the way it felt like when I was itching, because that's when I did use my imagination. It felt like ants was crawling all over me. So I imagined bugs was crawling on me, even though I know that I was just itching. And because I imagined that and not seeing the other side of it, I never wanted to be an athlete. I was never successful whenever I would try to do athletic things. So I didn't use that part. So yes, imagine yourself imagining, and you will create some things for yourself. Master Teacher, are you ready?
Imagine yourself not thinking about it. That's funny that you said that. I wrote that down. They had this group called Team Believe. It was just some friends, and one of their friends was going through something, and she wanted to just fucking pull somebody in on her fucking bullshit. So they started this thing, can't believe, where they had to raise $2,500 and walk 60 miles for breast cancer. When I heard her, I said, man, don't do that shit. If you're going to raise $2,500, raise that shit for a local black woman. No, they friends, they get it and they start. She just committed to it.
Mm-hmm.
She did it without imagining.
Mm-hmm.
Now, Chris, who has never fucking walked any exercise, has decided, yeah, I'm going to walk 60 miles, breast cancer. We're going to walk 20 miles a day for 3 days in D.C. So you're going to raise $2,500 for these crackers. Duke University is the biggest cancer research center in America. So you're right here where the cancer shit going on. Who the fuck is Susan G. Komen? We only see that shit during the fucking certain times of the year. The NFL don't even do the pink shit no more. That was popular. You ain't seen no fucking pink for breast cancer in fucking years. We don't even see that fucking shit no more. All those autism ribbons and shit, we don't even see that shit no more. That shit be fad. So I said, you're going to do 60 miles? She said yes before she even imagined. Sometimes you just got to go before you think about it.
Mm-hmm.
If it's something you feel like you want to do, she wanted to do that for the pink friends. Yay, the pink friends, team to lead. It's the pink breast cancer. We're going to do it. And let me turn this mic around.
That is so funny. Yeah.
Could they say they could? Because they might have not really could be hearing me.
Nobody said they couldn't hear. Y'all can hear, right?
So they want to do it for the pink friends and all this. So anyway, I said, okay, well, let's start training. Let's go on outside. First day, she walks a half a mile. She starts crying, itching. I said, what the fuck are you doing? I itch when I walk. I said, well, why the fuck did you say you was going to walk 60 fucking miles? I said, well, this trail right here, we in this bitch, it's a circle. It's 3.5 miles. I said that either you can go back out that way, which you don't really know your way out, or you can keep walking with me. Because I'm going forward, because you done got me out here in some fucking bullshit to train you, and you know good goddamn well you ain't never walked a mile in your fucking life. So in the process, we walk, and we walking. You know what? I said, look, I told her, I said, look, imagine you gonna itch every fucking day. You might itch every fucking day. That's what I told her. Don't think that you're going to get out here and the itching is going to stop. What if you itch every fucking day? You done committed to it. You got your friends. And guess what? The only thing that made her keep going is what?
Them friends.
Say it aloud. Put the camera on you.
Those friends.
Them friends. And probably it won't because of the friends. It's because if you'd have quit, what them friends was going to think.
They was going to talk about me.
Because they was going to say, who talked you into quitting?
You.
Because I said from day one, this some fucking bullshit that y'all doing.
Mm-hmm.
So you stayed for the pinkness of it.
Mm-hmm.
And what happened was they get out there training, and I'm gonna tell y'all a story what happened. They started training and they walked 1 mile, 2 miles. Before you know it, they walking 6, 7, 8, 9. They walking 10 miles every Saturday. So I go out there with them one day. They like, come on, Javon, let's have some fun. I'm like, I go out there with them one day. I get out there. I don't realize I'm just following my wife. I get out there. They got water, chips, snacks, crackers, all types of shit because they finna walk a 14-mile trail. I go in there. I said, well, I done jogged 10 miles before. I jog the trail. So I go in there. I jog the fucking trail, walk the trail. By the time I turn around, I get about halfway back. I'm meeting them. I'm feeling a little weak, a little dehydrated or whatever. Mm-hmm. So I just wait on them to turn around and come back. I come back. They done drunk all their water up. They nice and hydrated and shit. Chris ain't been taking no water out there. Now, I would never imagine I got dehydrated out there. I like to die out there. Mm-hmm. I still had to goddamn walk the other 7 miles out the fucking trail.
And remember a storm came?
That's what saved my life. The storm.
Oh,
it was
good.
raining so fucking hard, it cooled me off in my dehydrated state. And at some point, I just got on the ground and drunk some water out of the goddamn mud puddle like a dog.
You climbed out. You had to crawl out.
I had to crawl out the goddamn thing. Once I crawled out, they got me to the car. When they got me in the emergency room, they seen how bad I was. They took me straight to the back.
Yeah.
That's when I was telling y'all I drunk the 6 Gator bottles of Gatorade and pissed the 6 bottles. That's how I know water ain't really hydrating you. It's the fruit. It's the water in the food. You can drink much water as you want to. Your piss will still be goddamn y'all. Long story short, I never imagined that my wife would walk 60 miles. She never imagined it. You know why? Because she said yes before she thought about it. See, sometimes that's what fuck us up. Of course you can't imagine yourself walking down that road. We're speaking from our current vibration. Right now, I can't imagine just eating fruits, raw fruits. We've been eating raw fruits. I cooked me some okra the other day. I felt like I needed some hot. But I can't imagine doing that shit because right now my body is still in goddamn withdrawal mode. I done reset my shit. I thought I was damn near out of withdrawal. I ate them goddamn oodles and noodles last night, or was it Saturday? And goddamn, I went back in the So now I gotta say, this whole week right here, boom, this shit gonna get me right. But of course you can't imagine, so don't think about it. Don't think about tomorrow. Just think about today. Let me give you some game. When my mom was dying, I had people that were close to me say, I can't imagine how it feels to see your mom dying. And then they stopped. Think about this. They said, I can't even imagine how that feels, and stopped. The things that you don't want to imagine, you stop. Nobody said, I can't imagine watching my mom die. Yeah, if she was laying on the bed with her tongue hanging out and couldn't breathe, and machines was hooked up to her, and there was an odor in the room, and my sisters and brothers was crying. They don't go through that. They just don't fucking imagine it. You see what I'm saying? The things you can't imagine, you don't do it.
Yeah.
You don't try to do it. If it's too bad, you just won't do it. If you're trying to imagine it, that means you're going against the current. You're not taking the easiest route of resistance. Okay. Because if you could imagine it, you would just imagine it with no problem. If you got to conjure up the images, that ain't enough motherfucking momentum. It's like getting in a motherfucking river. They've taught us our whole life. I said everything I wanted gonna be given to me. They've taught us our whole life. Okay, Javon, you going to the edge of the water. Roll, roll, roll your boat. Roll, roll, roll your boat. Gently down the stream. That don't even make sense. You have to row a boat up a stream. Because if you're going downstream, you're going with the current. You don't even have to fucking row. You just get in the motherfucker. That's just like if you're going with the wind, you don't have to row the boat because the wind is going to blow the sail. Roll, roll, roll your boat gently down the stream. That don't make sense. It don't make sense. If you're going downstream, that's the flow of the water. So anything you throw in the water, it's going to go with the flow. What they're telling us is, whether you know it or not, work, work, work for everything you got. That's what we're used to. Watch this. I'm going to let my daughter be a discovery learner, Montessori learner. I'm exposing her to music, all this stuff. If she catches wind of that music, catches wind of science or whatever, we're going to let her focus on that. But what about history? Fuck history. Why go against resistance when she don't need that? Get what I'm saying? When we were young, we were children. And they somehow taught us that rowing your boat, going against the grain, rowing upstream. So you have to row upstream to go against the grain. And they said, the more you go against the grain of who you truly fucking think you are, the better they reward you. Well, I think I'm a musician. Well, we need you to learn algebra. We need you to work hard and learn history. We need you to work hard and learn science. We need you to work hard and go against the grain and roll your boat upstream against things that you don't even fucking like.
Wow.
And if you do it, we'll give you an award for that shit.
Mm-hmm.
What do you mean? We'll give you an a trophy for history, but I don't want to do that.
Mm-hmm.
So for some reason, we think that we gotta work. You don't even have to work in your imagination. You ain't never looked at a girl and said, man, I sure would love to fuck her. Boy, that shit get easy to you. Ooh, that shit flow. You know, I just wonder what the titties look like. I wonder how big it is. You just be flowing down the stream, rolling down the stream. Yeah, boy.
Yeah.
I've been that ass over. Ooh, I'm just rolling down that stream. I've been that ass over. You don't have to, I wonder. You don't have to think hard to imagine something.
Yeah.
So if you have to think hard, you're going against the grain. Mm-hmm. What do you mean, Javon? Let's talk about it. I'm going to put that on a shirt. What do you mean, Javon? Randall called me and he said, what do you mean, Javon? He said, boy, you say that shit all the time. Uh-huh. What do you mean, Javon? What are you trying to say, Javon? And then in the very same way, Javon, imagine not wondering about your future. Just live. Just hop in your boat and float each day. Just live. Imagine not wondering about how the end of the day gonna be. We be wondering about the end of the day or how hard it's gonna be at work before we even get to fucking work.
Yeah.
We be imagining things that we shouldn't even be imagining. Enjoy the toys you have now. Be satisfied. That's what we don't realize. Life is for living. Not dreaming in the future of all the things that you wish you have that you don't have. Mm-hmm. That brings a lot of people sadness. How about playing with the toys in the room?
Yeah.
You know, all the manifestations you got. I had a homeboy, he made a post. He said, man, that last time I've ever been happy on my job was my first day of training. I said, wow, how can you say that? He said, yeah, man. I said, well, when you got it, was you happy? He said, yeah. He said, and after the first day of training, I realized I ain't like this motherfucker. But guess what he been doing? Working that bitch 15 years. He liked it. He's just a complainer. Because if he wouldn't have liked it, he'd have quit.
Yeah.
If he'd have imagined himself doing something better and could see himself doing something else, he would have quit. See, it's a difference than just imagining and sitting around fucking whining. It's a difference in whining about something or sit here imagining how it's going to be in the future. Mm-hmm. You see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. A lot of times we've said in our life, if I just get this one thing, Lord, praying, help me out with this. Get me out of this trouble. Mm-hmm. Help me out with this. I won't ask you for nothing else, Lord. So it's almost saying, hey, source, this is this manifestation I want. Like me, I'm at such a great point in my life, honest to God, because I manifested my daughter, Crystal May. And until anything else comes, I can just play with the toys I got. Mm-hmm. I swear to God on my life. I want you to say something right now on this timeline. Is there a manifestation that you have manifested for your life that you know you can just be happy playing with or be satisfied? Just play with this for now. Let me ask you, Chris, what about you? Something that you've manifested in your life that you know from day to day, I'm just cool. I'm playing with these toys. I ain't trying to imagine that. Talk to me.
Well, I know I always wanted to be a part of something great. And to me, Bears and Bubbles is great. So every day I wake up and I'm a part of this class and I get to see the people manifesting. I think that's why Manifestation Station is so that I'm trying to build is so great to me, because it is me saying I'm a part of people's lives that I believe is going to be great. So I love it.
There you go. There's a difference in knowing and believing. To know is to know. To believe is to think in your mind. Mm-hmm. Watch this. Everybody that's got that big dream, they said, I couldn't imagine how this could happen, because they didn't. If you try to imagine how your big break gonna come, you're gonna go crazy because you can't possibly go in the world and think your big break. I'll give you a perfect example of what I mean. My new page, Modern Masculine Man. Now watch this. I could have never imagined starting all over. My man said, make a new page. Rebrand yourself. Fuck Javon Clark. BM3, the Modern Masculine Man. I said, yeah, but I already got like 4,000 YouTube followers. I got 100,000 on Facebook. I got fucking almost 10,000 on Instagram and TikTok. Why don't I just change the name? He said, fuck that. They don't need to see that old person. Rebrand yourself. I couldn't have never imagined doing that. I couldn't have never imagined actually setting my house up and making a neat set, making like how this look now. This looks pretty cool. You know what I'm saying? Once I get my other cameras and shit, this looks pretty neat in here. This looks pretty cool. It's going to get clearer. You know, I don't feel like turning all the light and shit on because it's going to be hot. But eventually I'll do all that. So I could never imagine starting totally the fuck over. And then my first 2 shows on the Modern Masculine Man, I think I had 4 people watching. I thought I was doing some good shit. I had 4 people watching, and when I summed up my message, I said, does anybody want to come in and say anything? Nobody came in and said shit. So I said, oh, well, if nobody got to say anything, let's get out of here. Mm-hmm. And when I got off, instantly the pig said, see, told you shouldn't have started all over. Told you shouldn't have started all over. How are you going to build this channel up from scratch? You ain't got but 98 people that subscribe. I got to trying to imagine, and I couldn't see it, and I got discouraged, and I started to feel bad. And then I said to myself, you're not feeling bad, you're feeling fearful. You're fearful that this channel may not do what you planned and imagining it doing. How about stop being fearful and be expectant? I said, well, I'm fearful because every time I imagine and wonder and try to figure out how this channel gonna blow, it don't work. And I feel bad. So my source said, hey man, stop thinking about that fucking shit.
Yep.
Try not to imagine. As soon as I tried not to imagine and say, hey, fuck it. It's going to be what it's going to be. It ain't no specific time for the channel to grow. Put your good content up with no cussing. Build it. The world will come. And when they see it, they will be enamored and infatuated with it.
Yeah. I
don't try to imagine how that's going to grow. Well, I'm on Facebook the other day. Somebody shares this video of this guy named J.R. Wisdom. I don't know who the guy is. And then I share it and say, hey, this guy talking some good shit. Mm-hmm. The guy looks at it. He said, yeah, that's J.R. Wisdom. He's cool. He's used some of your videos as content. You should check him out. Right on Facebook. I said, okay, I'm going to check him out. I go to YouTube, click on his page, start scrolling about 20 videos down. I see my motherfucking face. I click on this shit. It's me talking. He said, this brother Javon Clark, dope brother, blah, 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 blah. I'm going to put his information in the bottom for you. I went and looked at my YouTube. I got 1,000 subscribers from just that day. Now, but it's on the old Javon and Clark page. Okay, cool. So as I'm watching him talk about me breaking down this video, he said, I would love to have a brother on my show one day. I just hit him in the goddamn comments. Hey man, this is Modern Masculine Man, but it's Javon Clark. I'd love to be on your show. He hit me in Facebook. When you want to be on? I said, I don't care. I'm trying to pump my new page. He said Tuesday at 8 o'clock.
Hey.
I go look at this page. This guy popular as hell. He dropping videos, getting 100,000 views in one day. He finna throw me an alley-oop.
Mm-hmm.
I couldn't imagine that.
Mm-hmm.
I couldn't imagine that.
Mm-hmm.
If I'd have tried to imagine it, I'd have been fucked up. My whole life, if I'd have tried to imagine, how you gonna have your baby? My family asks, when you gonna have a baby? Do you dick work? How you gonna have your baby? How are you gonna do it? How you and Chris gonna work that out? Ain't that Tuesday? How you gonna have, I mean, I don't know. When the bitch come along, she'll come along, me and Chris pick somebody, whatever. Can't imagine that. Some things you need to stop trying to imagine because your images are based on past images and also how you feel right now. If I would have kept imagining how my page is going to grow, I probably wouldn't have even discovered that guy.
That's how I feel about the walking. If I'd have really imagined the work that it was going to take for me to do the 60-mile breast cancer walk, I wouldn't have did it because it would have been like, girl, you ain't walked nowhere. Back to you.
Imagine someone needing a fucking kidney.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think their mind is going to be more peaceful saying, general statement, somebody gonna bless me with a kidney, or sitting here imagining every motherfucker they know? Think about it.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder if my brother gonna do it. How would that conversation go? And then in your mind, you have to think for them.
Yeah.
And then if at the end of that conversation, you be like, my brother gonna be like, hell no, I ain't give you no kidney. That's
Yeah.
gonna feel bad.
Mm-hmm.
Think about this.
Yeah, definitely.
Think
definitely.
about this. So you laying here every day dying, needing a kidney, and every day you just sitting there, I got a nephew.
Yeah.
Wonder if I called him how that shit would go. Nephew, what's up, huh? I need a kidney. Unc, I think I need mine. Come on, nephew. You know I used to give you money all the time. Now, goddamn, he ain't doing it. Imagine how that person feels. They not laying there trying to process exactly where this fucking kidney gonna come from.
Yeah.
They not laying there imagining the surgery. They saying I'm gonna be all right. They not laying there imagining how shit gonna go right or wrong. Sometimes you just gotta stop thinking about this shit. Throw it up in the boom boom room, leave it alone. I told y'all about the lady I ended up smashing from like 7 years ago. I ain't walking around every day wondering, imagining. Imagine being able to not imagine. You do it whenever you don't want to think about something that's fucking destructive to your mind. Like I said, man, I couldn't imagine my mama dying, so I stopped thinking about that.
Mm-hmm.
You don't paint a picture of it in your head. You have to understand. Your imagination is based on the frequencies you're tuned into.
Mm-hmm.
Now I'm joking, fucking with people on Facebook about P Valley. But let's just be real. Let's be real for a second. If I want to laugh, I watch a comedy.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
If I want to cry, I watch Lion King. If I want to watch something about love, I watch a romance. Mm-hmm. If I want to be scared, I watch a scary movie. Mm-hmm. You want to watch a show about a strip club and gay people and gay sex? That's what you want to watch. You want to feel like that. Mm-hmm. No, it's just that simple. When I want to feel like laughing, I put on a funny movie. Mm-hmm. You want to watch the images of gay sex? Then you want to feel like that. Mm-hmm. You want to enjoy that. You're curious about that. Mm-hmm. You want to look at that. Women bug me out all the time. Girl, we going to the strip club 5 deep. Well, what if I told y'all me and my homeboys was going to see some male strippers? Y'all say, why y'all want to see men dance and shake their necks?
Yeah.
Y'all why? But if you tell a woman, why y'all want to look at these strippers strip? They got every excuse in the world other than I'm looking at these bitches imagining them.
Mm-hmm.
What the fuck is you looking at these bitches take their clothes off for?
Mm-hmm.
You imagining.
Mm-hmm.
There's something in you. This is something you want to see. You may not want to fuck one. You may not want to eat no pussy, but you might want to get your pussy ate by one.
Mm-hmm.
You might not want to eat no pussy, but you might want to hump. You might want to feel some ass, but ain't no way in the world you're going to sit here and tell me you want to look at these images for no fucking reason. Oh, what's the guy name? The motherfucker looked like Morris Chestnut. I shared a picture of him on my page. The main motherfucker, the gay guy that runs the club. Yeah. I shared a picture of him on my page. I swear to God, when I thought it was Morris Chestnut in drag. Now, you mean to tell me, watch what I'm saying. Your favorite show. You want a husband one day, right? You want a husband one day, right? You want to be in a relationship. Your favorite show. Your favorite things to look at. Love and basketball, housewives. That ain't no healthy love and relationship. Couples therapy. Dating. Oh, you better fucking check yourself or you wreck your motherfucking
Yeah, remember
self.
my goddaughter got that problem when she think my goddaughter, she through since high school and up, because all her close friends were gay males. All the relationships she have, she feel like all the dudes are gay that she be in a relationship with, that they're bi. She see all the signs, so she picking them apart. I'm like, well, either you got to be attracted to it because you're always around it, so you don't really care if the dude is bi that you mess with.
It's like saying, if you want to get Javon's attention, Hollywood, anybody, if they want to get Javon's attention, they know. Javon has said this shit a million times. He like jet black women with natural hair. Put a natural hair jet black bitch in front of me, you got my attention. You can't really lure me with a white woman like that. You can't lure me with a white woman. I fuck a white woman, but you can't lure me with one. If I got some shit to do, I got some shit to do, I'll beat my meat for turning down some white pussy. You put a dark skin, so they know what to put in front of you based on the images that they know you love in your head. They know you don't want to listen to no straight black man. You mean to tell me when they decide what can we put in front of black people, black women in general, and this should have blown to the moon. Make it so it's a gay man running shit and women fighting, arguing, and whoring. It's just like when the show Scandal came out. Olivia Pope, she's the president's side bitch. He ain't parading her around in the world. He fucking her in the back closet and shit. That's what we like to see. That's why we act like that. That's why we act like that. Imagine not thinking about that shit. Imagine not wanting to see that shit. And then don't look at it. A lot of us can't imagine ourselves not looking at the latest TV show. Mm-hmm. It's a new show. I can't imagine myself. Well, try doing something else. Mm-hmm. I'm not going to keep looking down the road on this fruit fast. I'm just going to look down the road today. Watch this. I'm just going to focus on today. See that right there? We got 2 pineapples, some avocado, some bananas, watermelons, cantaloupe, papayas. Got a watermelon on the goddamn freezer. I ain't worried about nothing. I ain't gonna imagine all that other shit. I'm gonna just focus on eating that shit right there. Mm-hmm. That's it. I ain't thinking about tomorrow. Say, hey, Crystal. Hey, Crystal, man. Look up, baby. Ooh.
Yep.
I'm not thinking about tomorrow. I'm not thinking about next week. I'm not thinking about next month. I'm just gonna eat that shit right there.
Yep.
And when it's gone, I'm gonna buy some more.
Yep.
Stop thinking so far down the goddamn line.
Woo! Let's give it up for the master teacher. Another great message. Let him know he is appreciated with some hand claps, some soul pumps, some blue dots, some kisses, some something. But this message is just on point. And what I love about it is that when you give the examples, like we always see, what we saying we can't do, we're doing in default. And we do it when we know what we don't want. We just don't do it to manifest what we do want. We don't believe it. We don't stay in the game. So, uh again, like say with this fast, I was thinking I'm gonna imagine myself full. Because sometimes people just don't want to change the way they eat because they say I don't want to be hungry, because we are used to eating too much anyway, and so you don't want to feel the hunger pains. I imagine I'm full. I'm imagine that I'm satisfied whenever I eat something. And because to me that'll stop me from thinking about the next meal that's going to come. A lot of people wake up in the morning and think about what they're going to eat all day. How can you be successful unless you're doing some meal prep because you are watching what you eat? But even then, I find it better. Like that's on that, putting that fruit up on it on the bar like that. We're not thinking about the food, but it's there. It's visual. So you already know innately I could grab something if I want to. I don't have to feel like I have to cut something up. You know what's ready for you to
Some
just
shit
bite
cut up
into.
in the fridge.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna tell you what. I'm gonna tell you what really can fuck a whole thing up. And cause I've been thinking this, which is the fucked up mind. Watch this. I could get so used to eating fruits and veggies and feeling so fucking good that I possibly might end up eating like that for the rest of my life, right? But guess what I've been thinking?
About the cookouts and stuff you won't
At the end of the 30-day fruit fast, what I'm gonna eat.
Oh, okay.
See, I'm already setting myself up
Mhm.
for wrong. I'm basically saying at the end of the 30-day fruit fast, what I'm gonna eat. That means that I'm already planning on not doing this shit for more than 30 days. I won't even let my mind wrap itself around continuing because I'm imagining what I'm gonna eat at the end of 30 days. You really get what I'm saying?
Yeah, because you're thinking about being vegan for life and not just having some healthy eating and a reboot and restarting your system right now.
Yeah. And see, this is the thing. What I realize right now, I'm just calling it, I'm doing a 30-day fruit fast. And I'm trying not to do any, I'm gonna let my, like Michael Jackson, Billie Jean video when the road was lighting up.
Mm-hmm.
After 30 days, I'm gonna let life and let my source tell me what to do next. But I was already thinking at 30 days, I'm gonna get me a hamburger meal or some shit. I was already thinking that after 30 days, I'm not gonna do this shit more than 30 days. And so my mind and my psyche and your mind and your body starts building up for that. Yeah, I can make it for 30. And you know what I'm saying? Instead of saying, what if I just live? What if I just live and this shit could get so good to me, I don't never want to turn back and eat bad.
You know what? It goes back to when you talk to us about your work, your long term memory, because we did this for 4 years. We remember how we built up to that point. We remember what we needed to do. Remember we didn't starve. Remember how excited we were about it. We remember when we went out to the places and you know how we had to just restructure our life and it really wasn't that hard. However, the thing that we also remember is that you ate a good ass sausage with rice visiting PA. And
Boudin.
we remember
Boudin.
then we got some brisket, then we got some ribs, then we've been cooking out ever since. And so you remember how good it was and the feelings that we had in these celebrations as we celebrated our journey back towards meat.
But look, I will say this, and this is the God's honest truth, and this is just telling the truth. I love eating my grilled food when I'm cooking out, but I do not like the way it make me feel.
You shouldn't.
I do not
If
like
y'all
the
would see
way
the way that makes him feel.
I do not like the way steaks and burgers and shit make me feel.
Mhm.
I just don't like the way it make me feel. That shit swell my stomach up. You know what I mean?
PA said when he think about me, it makes him sick to his stomach. And so ever since we started back eating meat, we still were never overindulgent in it. It was really just in special occasions. Like since we've been on the food fast, I haven't craved for meat. I might have craved for things.
Yeah.
Still trying to figure out what I want to eat because I still want my taste buds. I want the taste buds to be excited, right? And so I need to imagine something different from there. But again, I'm imagining how I felt when we decided that we was gonna go vegan. How I felt about I'm imagining now that I don't like meat again because I don't really like the texture of meat. I don't have no rhyme or reason for it. Like how some people be like, it got this in it and it got that in hormones. That's not it for me. I don't like the texture of flesh.
Yeah, like I said, at the end of the day, some shit I just ain't gonna try not to think about.
But I might need some bacon one
Because if
day.
you think about it, like I said, some shit I'm just gonna try not to think about. Like I said, it's the best example I can use when somebody say, I can't imagine seeing my mama being in the coffin, and then they stop. They don't sit there and try to imagine it. So if you cannot pay your rent, why would you sit there? If you don't have the money to pay your rent right now, why would you sit there and imagine your fucking furniture out on the street?
Mm-hmm.
Boo boo. If you don't have a boyfriend right now, why would you imagine yourself by yourself the rest of your life? If you don't have a girlfriend right now, you know what I'm saying? If you don't want to imagine it, don't imagine it.
Mm-hmm.
Don't imagine it.
Exactly.
If it don't just come easily, like hopping in a row your boat. If you just can't hop in the boat and hop in that bitch and it come to you easily breezy, it's the wrong subject to be thinking on.
I like that you said that. I like that you said that because you know when it's too hard to imagine.
Yeah. If
Okay.
if that shit don't just easily breezy, man, you on the wrong fucking subject. Cause it should be easy breezy, easy breezy peasy.
Yep.
Who was the one? Only One Love. Let's see if she can come in. If she can't, then maybe somebody will come in and wrap the lesson up. Let's put that down real quick. Easy peasy. What they say, hocus pocus, dominocus, goddamn it.
And that's why you have to be aware that most of the things that we're thinking about come from what we think other people are thinking. You have to be in your blue because that is going to make you know, like say for example, if you haven't, one of my classmates said he had moved out of the country and all this stuff trying to create this better life for himself. But when we were talking, he was like, he just can't imagine himself being a person here in America that creates a legacy for his son. So he was traveling, trying to make himself feel great. He didn't see himself to establish a legacy like Duke or Rothschild, all Rockefellers, all this type of stuff. And that's what he wants to be.
Yeah.
And he like, I want to write, he doing this and that, but he can't see it. So he's like, I don't even want to have kids because I can't figure out how to see myself on the level of the
can't look, immigrant. Ain't that funny? An immigrant from another country can't imagine himself being a fucking Kennedy or Ralph. Of course you can't, motherfucker. You got to live. Of course you can't see that. Talk to a sister.
Hey, thank you. How y'all doing today?
How
It
you
is
doing?
Sunday. It's Sunday to me. I'm just saying that because it's sunny outside today.
Yeah, it is. Goddamn it! It's me too.
So what you hear my grandson in the background,
Okay.
but what I learned today in today's lesson is that we were talking about the fruit and the water, and that's actually sun water, distilled straight from the sun. So I can agree, I hear you on that. I'm with y'all on this fruit fast, and I'm feeling real good about it. But what I got from the lesson today is that you want to live in the now. You want to focus on the now. Don't live in the fear. Live in expectancy, And if you can't, if don't try to imagine if you can't gather the images that you need to gather to be able to imagine what you need to imagine. And if you can't imagine, don't focus on something else. And I find that to be very helpful. And for you to break it down like that, that teaches me a little bit more how to play this game of life. I noticed that some people may go by words or images, and I like to use words and images. Um, but that's what I gathered today with what your teachings was, and that you that if you I'm looking at my notes. I'm sorry.
No, you good, you good,
what
you good.
what you are what you're tuned into, that will be your frequency. So um, and also another thing that you all just mentioned about, like, after you do a certain fast, or you that's why I always say diets don't work, diets never work, because like I found even myself through dieting, like diets don't work because you always are focused on the wrong thing. Like you're not focused on the now.
Yeah.
You're too busy focusing
What's
on
my cheat day?
what I'm gonna eat. Yeah, when I'm gonna
Yeah, on
cheat.
my cheat day. Like, God damn.
What
And
snacks I'm gonna
ain't
get.
that crazy? Like I just said,
That's
how
so
we look at
crazy.
intervals. I'm like, at the end of 30 days, what I'm going to eat. So that's basically saying I'm not even allowing my soul to even
Yeah.
comprehend that I might be able to keep going. So when you
Right.
say Saturday is my cheat day, you're just automatically saying I'm
Yeah.
not even going to allow my body to cleanse itself and
Yeah.
possibly not
No.
feel like it wants a cheat day. We do it all the
Hmm.
time, sister,
All the
especially
time.
men and women. We do. Think about sex. As a dude, if
Hmm.
you're getting some coochie that's too good, you're not going to be like, oh my God, I'm going to come. You start thinking about funerals, walking down the
Hmm.
railroad track. You think about everything in that good coochie, and it'll make that nut go back down. In the very same
Hmm.
way, as a woman, if you giving a guy some head and he taking too long, if you're not really making yourself enjoy it, he's gonna notice it, and it's gonna take longer and longer and longer. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? So
Hmm.
we know, you know what I'm saying. I got to figure out some way to get rid of this spam guy.
Gotta block them.
Look, I'm hidden block. I hit block
Oh.
user, you know what I'm saying? And then to block them for a minute, it's just
Hmm.
it's just always something crazy.
And
You know what I'm
I
saying?
I wanted to mention one other thing too.
Go ahead,
That is,
sister.
it has to do with this. So, I had did a fruit fast. Like I was just eating. I was fasting for like 16 hours. I was then when I did eat, I had a small window that was like 8 hours. But really and truthfully, I only ate within a 4 hour period. So
Mm-hmm.
I had lost all this weight because I was focused. I was focused on what I was doing at that moment. But as
Mm-hmm.
soon as I lost focus, that's when I gained that weight back and
Mm-hmm.
some.
Yep.
So once I notice when I get back focused, it's like I'm right back in the boom boom room, where I
Exactly.
need to be. So, but this lesson hit home for me today, and I appreciated your teachings and the show. I appreciate you all. Y'all have a wonderful day. Thank you so
Appreciate you,
much.
sister. Love
Thank you.
you.
Happy Sunday.
One one thing that I say, the only thing that I do imagine about uh is I imagine us sitting here at the end of 30 days and everybody coming on saying, I lost this much weight. I feel good. I'm not sluggish. My skin, da 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 da. Da. And I do imagine this being a catalyst into me getting them abs that I've always wanted and being able to come up here and say, look, class, we started a fruit fast together as a team. And look what we all did. Look what we all did. You know what I'm saying? So I'm very appreciative. Y'all know what time it is. We're going to pop these banners up here. Crystal May, if you want to PayPal us, you can PayPal us at J Clock Products. Again, you can PayPal us at J Clock Products. You can Zelle us at 919-292-5374. You can Zelle us at 919-292-5374. And you can always hit us with a mighty, mighty instant boy. That's that Cash Apper. Cash Apper at the master teacher. I think my baby understand kiss, kiss now. Baby, watch this. Can I have a kiss? Give me a kiss. Can I have a kiss?
You know she had funny on the screen. Imagine her not acting funny when you ask her to do something.
Anything that I try to get her to show that she can do, it's like she be like, nah, motherfucker, somebody look at it and I know you trying to get me to do it.
Mm-hmm.
Watch this. Hey, baby, scream. Yell like you was yelling when you was over there. Go ahead. Yell on her. That's Crystal May.
She gave you a little bit.
It looked like she wanna yell. She like she trying to fuck with me. Damn, and like I said, we appreciate y'all. We love y'all. Y'all stay tuned in, tapped in, turned on to the dopest show on the universe. Make sure you let people know about my new page, Modern Masculine Man. Y'all tune in. I'm gonna share the link for me and my man tomorrow at 8:00. Hey, I love y'all, man. Let's get out of here. Let's get out of here with the slow version. Ooh.
Matter of fact, they ain't really real.
Slow version.
Pain keeps hurting love, and time don't heal all wounds. When the wounds don't show their scars, break my heart.
Come on, Crystal, let's go. Get it, get it, get it.
Life keeps fighting wrong. For the most part, wrong's too strong. And when all logic gets gone, they can argue to hold it long. Woo. And then pride got upset when it got mad. And when mad couldn't do it when it got sad. Now you got it all. You need to let it all go. Controlling something you will never have. Why not live life, love, learn, and laugh? Just smile, 'cause you can say it's all bad.
Bye-bye.
I need you to know you are not in control. You should let it all go.
If all hearts and minds are clear, we're gonna get out of on the Handala Robo Shy A7 O Robo Bobo Shy J Source W Day. Team on 3. 1, 2, 3, team.
A story. You the type of nigga to sit around on the couch all day with a bitch and watch sport. You the type of chick to show your pussy pretty dick bad when a nigga hit your head box. We the type of folks that'll brag on what we bought, 'cause we can't control our thoughts.
Controlling something you will never have. So why not live life, love, learn, and laugh? Just smile, 'cause you can say it's all bad. I need you to know